want to say a few words about shaving. I don't like to shave, not at all. And yet I do it. There's nothing forcing me to do it. And I definitely don't like to do it. So why do I do it? Shaving for me is distasteful, a waste of time. It's like mowing the lawn. When I'm shaving, I'm mowing my face. I do it the old-fashioned way with shaving cream and a razor. It's a laborious chore. And every time I do it, I think, why am I doing this? The simplest answer is that I don't want a beard. And that may be right, but I've got nothing against beards. Beards were more common in the 19th century, but that's a purely practical matter because it was harder to shave. Access to clean water, owning a razor, a man who could shave regularly or be shaved by a barber was probably well-to-do. So maybe shaving came into vogue as a sign of prosperity. And in the same way that women are turned into sexual objects by those who manufacture so-called beauty products, so too men have been objectified by the billion-dollar shaving industry. Women in our culture tend to think, are encouraged to think, that a handsome, attractive man is a clean-shaven man. The same women who are busy shaving their legs. Presidents used to have beards. Lincoln had a beard, and as reputations go, you can't do much better than Lincoln. But the last man to run for president with hair on his face was Thomas Dewey, and he rather famously lost to Harry Truman. Some said his mustache was not appealing, especially among women voters. This is not to say that there is an absolute proscription against beards in our culture. There isn't, but it is going against the prevailing type. Some manage to do this very successfully. There is now a group of men who have gained considerable fame and fortune, meaning they have their own TV show and it's a hit, and they have done this not in spite of the fact that they have long beards, but in large part because of them. If their beards are a sign of a lack of sophistication, it's working for them. They come across as genuine and true and not corrupted by the scheming wiles of society. Jed Clampett had a beard, or at least a very scruffy face. Jesus is often depicted with a beard. For that matter, God is typically seen with a beard. ZZ Top made it big, thanks in some way to their beards. Their music is crude, their songs are crude, they look crude, but what would you expect to come out of Texas, the home of so much of Jeff's bubbling crude? They're riding that crude. Jim Henson had a beard. Movie directors, artists, musicians have beards. Some athletes grow beards to show how crazy they are. Often for a big series or a game they'll go unshaven, a condition midway between smooth cheeks and a full beard, to project a state of mind that is focused on something far beyond the mundane act of shaving. It's called the game face. They can't be bothered with shaving. For the latest World Series, the players on the Boston team all grew beards, for luck and camaraderie. A beard is something of a mask, a disguise. A shaved man is more androgynous. When Delilah cut Samson's hair, I think she clipped his beard. Despite the success of men with beards, I think they are the exception. A beard is generally taken as evidence of a lack of concern with personal hygiene, that a man has given up and gone native. He's like Grizzly Adams, the Canadian mountain man, at odds with society, more comfortable living with the animals. He might be childlike, innocent, or he could be dangerous. He could be both. So the bearded man is something of a renegade. There's a slight tinge of mystery going on there. A man who shaves is more civilized, more predictable, at least in appearance. The same holds true for women in shaving their legs. Men don't go that far. Most men don't go that far. Maybe I shave so I'll fit in, be a conformist, won't set off any red flags. Maybe I believe all the flowery stuff about the superiority of being clean-shaven. I really don't know. I do know that I don't like to shave.